Hi, Assalamualaikum and a very good morning. I read to our beloved Sazali and all my fellow friends. So today, as you guys know, is our turn to present about societies. Without further ado, let me introduce my group members. Our first member is Aisyah Binti Mohamad Nasir. Second member is Nurul Syakirah Binti Sazali. And the third member is me, myself, Rafieah Binti Mohamad Asri. The fourth member is Bushra Amali Binti Mohamad Nuri. And the last member is Mohamad Faziman bin Mohamad Khalil. So, let's proceed with our first topic in the societies, which is introduction and definition of societies that will be presented by me. So, let's take a look at first topic is definition of co-curricular. So, what is definition of co-curricular? Co-curricular activity means any planned activity from the teaching and learning process outside the classroom, which is curriculum that gives students the opportunity to add to reinforce and to practice the skills and values that learned in the classroom. So, next we take a look at definition of societies. So, what is definition of societies? Societies can be defined as a group which are integrated or binding or cohesiveness, and societies can be defined as a group of persons which is organized together for a common purpose. And societies can be defined also as a group of people who meet together regularly, especially for a particular activity such as sport. So next, we will take a look at common characteristic of societies. So what is common characteristic of societies? Societies have common characteristic in interest, purpose, objective, common life, career background and goals. Next, membership is not limited to all students and open to all individuals who came from different background. For example, student A came from a family which is in a moderate level, whereas the next student came from the family which has financially stable and different area of interest. For example, student A has interest in indoor activities and student B has interest in outdoor activities. And the last is based on specific activities and very focused towards achieving goals in their societies. Next, I will explain about objective of societies. First of all, is to understand the system and processes that provided in the societies. Second is to understand the rules and the legal matters that were stated in the societies. The third one is to understand the principles of implementation that were implemented in the societies. And the next is practice effective methods and strategies that will be run in the society's activities. And the next is establish a solid structure of needs and wants that needed by the society's members. Next, have a clear mission and vision that will be run in the societies. And next is have an effective working environment within the society's members. And next is identify the specialists and role models within the society's members. And last is establish sources for reference. So next, we will take a look at the next slide for objective of societies, which is build and excellent facilities that use resources that were available in the societies. Next is have a good networking system within the society's member and the outsider. And next is plan year-long activity that will be run and that will be do in the society's activities. And next is have an elite program or program for the masses that will be conducted within the society's member. Next is proper records and documentation system that will be saved in the society's record. Next is budget and financial support in order to make sure the societies will be run successfully. And next is new ideas and innovations that plan for excellence and successful for society's activities. And the second one is strategic planning and effective implementation that will be implemented in the societies. And the last one is recognize, reward and praise. For example, reward will be given to the society's member that earn for a recognition or an award. That's all from me. Next, we proceed to the next presenter.
Assalamualaikum and hi, I am Syakirah and today I will discuss with you the policies and practice in school societies. So every establishment and management of societies in school depending on Education Regulation 1998 that consists of 13th element in force at 21st of May 1998. I'm sorry for the mistaken here, it's supposed to be 1998. Okay, here are some of the elements in Education Regulation School Societies 1998. This is not all, but this is just a part of them. Okay, the first one is the regulation is applied on the 21st of May 1998. This regulation is only applied on government and any government-related school. For example, like sekolah kebangsaan or sekolah kebangsaan jenis Cina or Tamil. Every school society need to do written reports on every details to the headmaster or principal, like every activities and the members of the society. Teachers as advisors are compulsory for every societies. As we know, every society need to have at least one of the advisor, which is the teacher itself. Next, society financial accounts are monitored by the headmaster or the principal. Okay, the next one is society suspension can be done by having written documents by headmaster or principal if the particular societies are not beneficial to the school members. For example, if there is a society that related to politics or society that can harm the school members, headmasters or principal can suspend that societies immediately by having the written documents. Okay, the last one is category of school society that can be formed. The first one is based on subject offered at school, for example, like biology club or mathematics club. It also based on hobbies and recreation, like photographer or chess club. Not only that, it also based on sports and games, for example, like basketball or football clubs. It also based on uniform bodies and any society that approved by State Education Department. That's all from me. I'll pass to the next presenter.
Hello everyone, I am Aisyah, and now let us move on to the next part of the presentation, which is the implication of the school society. For the first part, I will explain about the positive implications of the school societies. But first and foremost, school society helps to develop and enhance student interest, talent and skills. Well, by joining school society activities, students will have the opportunity to learn more about themselves, which they never discovered before. Students are introduced to a whole new horizon of activities in the society that give them better insight, as well as let them choose what they enjoy and what they wish to learn. Thus, co-curricular activities broaden the scope of students in learning and exploring new activities. Next, society also helps to balance between mental development, spiritual development, the physical and emotional well-being of the students. Well, school society helps to instill a sense of goodwill, unity, national integration, and also inculcate pure values either directly or indirectly to the student while they participate in the society activities. It helps to produce holistic and integrated students as desired in the Malaysian national education philosophy. The third positive implication that we identify is school society help to strengthen relationship and socialization among students, as students can build network and making new friends instead of only their classmates. Students can share their ideas or interests with other students from different fields and also background. Next, school society may help to improve academic performance of the students. Students may take some break from learning in the classroom. It can be a part of releasing their stress from the study, which makes them more happy and fun to learn in the school. Studies has shown that students pursuing their hobbies achieve better results in their studies. Moving on, school society helps to build and improve students' discipline. Well, by participating in the activities, students will be more responsible to handle their daily schedule and other tasks. Students participating in co-curricular activities learn to manage their time effectively, while they can prioritize among different competing commitments and be proactive and creative problem solvers. Plus, students will improve their leadership skill through society's activities. Lastly, school society helps to build and enhance bilateral cooperation between schools and the community. Well, many student organizations and societies provide opportunity to give back to the community, whether through act of service, sponsoring event, or hosting charity drives. Students can improve their soft skill and know many things that they cannot learn in the class. Okay? No doubt, participation in co-curriculum activities such as society's activities benefit students in many ways, and they can give back to the community. However, we also discover some negative implications of the school society. Well, now let us take a look at the negative implication. So the first disadvantage or negative implication is that joining school club or society will make the student hard to have a good time management, and there will be a lot of commitments. Students tend to lose focus for their revision and prioritize more on those society's activities. Where students spend most of their time with the society, they will not have enough time to do their homework and study. So, they can't get the good grade because of their time management. That's why some students who are very active in school societies and clubs tend to not excel in their study, as they had missed so much class just to join the school society's activities. Another negative implication that we had identified is students also tend to spend extra using their own money to join the society's activities. This is because not all schools are able to provide equipment and necessity for the activities. Thus, they need to spend their own money to take part in the activities. Lastly, school society also contribute to negative implication to the student, which make them tired and frustrated. This is because students need to spend their time participating in the society's activities after a day of studying in the classroom. It may be worse if they are not interested to the societies that they join, which cause them frustration because not all schools are able to provide their desired societies and activities. So, in conclusion, even though involving in the society or club of the school has a lot of advantage and also disadvantage, students should always try to improve themselves to be a better person day by day. Well, school society have a lot to offer actually. Whether the student join as a member or choose to lead one, simply taking part in an extracurricular activities will enhance their school experience. So with that, I pass to Bushra for the next part of the presentation.
Assalamualaikum. So let's proceed to the next slide, which is policy implementation and role of teacher as advisor. So before I proceed to the main part of this slide, let's understand about the national curriculum by Ministry of Education under the Education (National Curriculum Regulation 1997. So what is national curriculum? So national curriculum is an educational program that includes curriculum and co-curricular activities, which encompasses all the knowledge, skills, norms, values, cultural elements and beliefs to help develop a people fully with respect to the physical, spiritual, mental and emotional aspects, as well as to inculcate and develop desirable moral values and to transmit knowledge. So actually, this regulation is implemented for both in curriculum and co-curricular activity. However, I want to highlight that as mentioned in the regulation, it is stated that co-curriculum can bring knowledge, skills and balance their student physical, emotional, spiritual well-being. In my opinion, extracurricular management is an integral part of the school management system, and teachers are being the main executors of extracurricular activities should possess sufficient knowledge and skills in order to ensure the success of extracurricular education. Okay, so let's proceed to the next part, which are co-curriculum policy. So let me tell you the history behind the co-curriculum policy. In this region, the Scout organization was the first establishment in the School of Singapore in the year 1909. At that time, curriculum was regarded as an outdoor activity. However, Ministry of Education has outlined the implementation of co-curriculum in schools through the amendment of the School of Education Act 1956, enacted in the Education Act 1961, whereby the activity was considered as a group activity. So in this case, there are 5 main co-curriculum policies which are described as follows. So the first one is co-curriculum activity is part of the national curriculum. So it is stated that co-curriculum activities will bring the knowledge, balance their physical, emotional, and spiritual well-being. The next policy, the second one, is participation in the curriculum activity is compulsory, and this policy is implemented for the students because they must involve in the curriculum activity. For this policy, for those who refuse to participate in the curriculum activity can be punished with fines or imprisonment or both under the general penalty. And the third one is teacher participation is mandatory. Okay, so why the teacher participation is mandatory? Because they must support the student and assist them in co-curricular activities so that the students will become more high in knowledge, skills, and value. Okay, and the teacher participation is mandatory, which is written that every teacher in the school should be given specific, detailed, and quantitative duties and responsibilities in the area of co-curriculum in school, similar to the ones performed in the curriculum field. Continue. For the fourth policy is co-curriculum activities should be in the form of any planned activities beyond the process of teaching and learning in the classroom. Okay, so in the co-curriculum activities, it must be implemented at school, and should be in form of any planned activities beyond the process of teaching and learning in the classroom for the purpose of providing the students with the opportunity to improve, strengthen, and practice the knowledge, skills, and value like what they learn in the room degrees. This regulation policy is according to Regulation 2 of the Education National Curriculum Regulation 1997. Okay, so for the last policy is participation is described as the importance of implementing co-curricular activities in schools, and it can be concluded that the participation is described as the importance of implementing co-curriculum activities in school based on principle of time participation without any discrimination or compulsion elements, but focuses more on the enhancement of unity and integration among students. So in summary, for the 5 co-curriculum policy, it is conclude that the activities of the co-curriculum are compulsory to be implemented in schools, which highly requires the participation of students as well as the needs for the teacher to oblige to the implementation. Finally, the implementations need to be carefully planned without any element of discrimination among the students. Next is the implementation of clubs and societies. So, what is the purpose of implementation of co-curriculum activities such as clubs and societies? So, the purpose of the implementation is as a platform to provide new experience and knowledge to students. According to Ministry of Education Malaysia 2018, it explained that co-curriculum or co-curricular activities can be categorized as extracurricular activities such as uniform teams, recreational activities, sports, indoor games, agricultural activities, and any activities allowed by the school. And through co-curricular activities implemented in school, it can polish up the hidden talents of students through students' interest and inclination toward co-curricular activity. This according to the Curriculum Development Division 2017. Okay, next is about the main role of teacher. Okay, so we all aware and know of the function or the role of teacher, right? Because we will be future teacher. Okay, and as a future teacher, we must understand and know what the role of a teacher is. Okay, so for the first role of teacher is to deliver classroom instruction that helps students learn. The first point is good lesson planning is essential to the process of teaching and learning, and the teachers has to grab many techniques in order to teach the students. So second, the role of teacher is incorporate knowledge and skills to the students effectively followed by the lesson plan. Well, we all know that we have the RPH or lesson plan, and we must follow that so that the students will understand the topic that they learn, and teacher will know what the outcome of the knowledge that they will get from the learning process. Okay, next is educate students to solve the real world problems. As we know, like we learn student about the biology, for example, and then they will know to solve the real world problem, such as about the COVID-19 that happened. They know what the solution to solve the COVID-19, which is by the vaccination. Lastly, teacher also can be listener and communicator to the students. Okay, this is because teachers has become the second parent to the students, so they must listen about the students' problems and give the idea to solve the problem. Okay, so from what I mentioned about the main role of teacher, hence with globalization, professional teacher development has become an increasingly challenging task for Malaysian generation, which has a higher set of values and greater expectation of the society. And teachers are not only expected and seen as imparters of knowledge, but also to shoulder the responsibility of molding and shaping a better citizenry. Despite of that, our role of teacher's advisor are same as the function in the classroom. So according to Michelle and Mbotang 2019, they explain that the role of teachers is not merely teaching in the classroom, but teachers are entrusted with the burden of managing co-curricular together with the students so that the co-curricular activities run smoothly and effectively for students. So next part is the role of teacher and advisors. So look at the slide. Actually, the role of teacher's advisor are more than what I want to present here, but I will just compare it to you to make you understand the crucial part of being teacher's advisor. So the role for teacher advisor are conduct the co-curricular activities by performing multidimensional function in organizing the activities. It is the duty of the teacher advisor of each unit to access students' co-curricular activities, and they must conduct the activities by organizing the activities. So next, the role of teacher advisor is to cooperate with school administration and their subordinates. And this is important because the teacher advisor must get the permission by the school administration before they proceed to organize the activities in club and societies. Teacher advisor also must introducing new ideas and perspective to help the club or societies continue to grow and expand. Like what I said before, they must cooperate with school administration, right? And also they must always introduce new ideas so that the club will become move forward and more students will enjoy the club. And lastly, the role of teacher advisor is to support, monitor and guide students by assist them to gain competence in the various activities. The last point, the role of teacher as advisor is important because it is have clear benefits to students, which it can provide new dimension for learning and development and offer students opportunity to further pursue the subject they enjoy. So looking at the amount of work to be done in order to carry out this co-curricular activity exercise, it is no wonder that teachers are stressed out. They also have to do academic assessment with a head count to set target for their students, and therefore those who hold position as teacher either in primary or secondary schools should know the procedure to manage, plan and supervise students to carry out the co-curricular activities well.
Thank you, Bushra. My name is Faziman and I will be presenting the last part of the topic, which is important focus and issues in school societies or club. Okay, the first is flowcharts to set up the societies or clubs. It is basically the same as uniform bodies which presented by Ifat from last week group. You can read by yourself. Okay, next is important focus, which are divided into 3 stages, which are early stage, second stage and the last stage. For the early stage, the advisor and the higher committees consist of president, vice president and so on. They need to fully understand the system and process, the rules and legal matters, the principles of implementation before setting up the societies or club. For example, chess club. They need to know how to do paperwork to organize chess tournament or chess competition, and also they need to know how to do paperwork to apply budget for their clubs. And then they need to plan and prepare effective methods and strategies to make sure their club runs smoothly. And after that, they need to establish a solid structure of needs and wants. For example, chess club. They need to know how many club members they need and how many set of chess they need, and also what facilities they need. Okay. After that, the club need to have a clear mission and vision so that club members or students and advisors and also school can work together to achieve their mission or visions club. For example, they want to be societies, the best societies or clubs among secondary school in the country. Okay, next is the second stage for important focus of societies or clubs. So the first one, the societies or clubs need to find already existed facilities in their school so that they can use to organize their societies or club meeting, and also they can use to organize their weekly activities. They also can use available resources that are given by the school, such as chairs, tables and so on. They also need to identify specialists and role model. For example, chess club. They need to find coach to teach their club members about chess playing. Other than that, they also need to have proper records such as club members' data and equipment records. They also need to have documentation system. For example, activities, paperwork or budget application which can be tagged and organized properly. Other than that, the societies or clubs need to seek to seek for budget and financial support from outside agency such as NGO, non-government organization, to support their societies or club activities. The society or clubs also need to plan year-long activities. For example, chess club, they can plan weekly chess competition among their club members or in their school. Also, they can organize annual chess competition among secondary school in their district. Next is the last stage for important focus of societies or club. The societies or club need to have an elite program for the masses. For example, chess club, they can organize an annual chess competition among secondary schools in the country, which any secondary school from other state can join their chess competition. Other than that, the societies or club need to have new ideas, innovation and plan to make sure their societies or club are active and also can attract more club members. Next, the societies or club need to effectively implement and properly execute all of the methods, strategies and plans that they have from early stage and the second stage. Next, the societies or club need to have an effective working environment. For example, the club members or students need to work together with advisor to properly execute all of their societies or club activities, which then can lead to the next point, which all of the societies or club hard work can be recognized by the school, which then can be rewarded and praised by the school. And last point, which the society or club need to be good reputation so that their societies or club can be well known among secondary school in the country. Okay, we proceed to the last part, which is issue in school societies or club. As you can see in the slide, this is an article about a school in Batu Pahat which caused controversy about separate students according to their races to join sports club. As we all know that our Malaysian motto is One Malaysia, which include Malay, Chinese and Indian and also other races to work together in harmony, and there are no discrimination in our country. So based on the school action towards the student, this is opposite of our Malaysian motto. So the school need to refer back to our Ministry of Education to check again about the general system, process and rules about the student curriculum, so that they don't make this mistake again, which they make an irrelevant rules and discriminate the student according to their races to join a club. Okay, this is a question for all of you. Based on your opinions or experiences, what are other issues in your school, societies or clubs? We can discuss about this in our live Google Meet later. I think that's all from us. Thank you for listening to our presentation and have a good day.